How's it going, everyone? Some pretty interesting news as the PlayStation 5, the regular disc-based console, is going to be seeing a discount. Yes, we have gone from the era of PlayStation 5s being scalped to the heavens to now the model that everybody's really after, the disc-based model, is being discounted. Now, there's a couple things to take into consideration. I'm sure you guys know where I'm gonna go with this, but yeah, before you buy one, but we'll talk all about that. And I do want to give you guys a heads up on all of the great deals available at GameFly. If you're looking to pick up some of the bigger games that released in recent memory, they've got good deals on all of them for pre-played copies, but still, pretty good deals nonetheless. So, let's talk about the PS5 discount. Starting this Sunday, the PlayStation 5 disc-based console will be $50 off over at Target. Now, that's not a steep discount, but the fact is, I know a lot of people had been wondering when the PlayStation 5 was finally going to start seeing some sort of sale, especially because the last few holiday seasons, we had not been seeing discounts for that. Now, while it is seeing a $50 discount, it'll be $450. Obviously, there has been a lot of discussion on the potential of a PlayStation 5 Slim being revealed, and that is looking fairly likely. Now, as far as what that's going to be priced at, I find it hard to believe that the PS5 is going to see a steep discount. In terms of a steep price drop, I should say. A discount, we're seeing that here, $50 off. Why I don't see a steep price drop is, first of all, yes, we're talking about the PS5 Slim, but there's also been that discussion of potentially, you know, a detachable disc drive and everything like that. So if you want, like, a disc-based console, I still foresee that running you, you know, $500. However, right now, is it the most opportune time to pick up a PlayStation 5? I mean, there's a lot of big games coming out. A lot of games are going to be next-gen exclusive. I imagine the majority of you guys watching our videos have moved on and picked up a next-gen console, most likely the PS5. So I don't know how relevant this is going to be for you guys. Obviously, if you have a PS5 at this point, I wouldn't be looking at picking up a PlayStation 5 Slim because, first of all, what are you going to do with that? It's going to be the same exact experience that you already have with your PS5. Second of all, if you want a mid-gen refresh, you should probably wait for the PlayStation 5 Pro that is rumored to be released in the year 2024, probably fall of 2024. So really, doesn't make a lot of sense. However, if you're of the mindset that, hey, I don't have a PS5 yet, or you're looking to get somebody else a PS5, or maybe you want to convince a buddy to get a PS5, well, tell them that they can pick one up for $450 over at Target, and these are readily available. Like, we're not living in 2020, 2021 anymore. Those days are far behind us, and, you know, if you lived through the scalping era, again, we can lay that era to bed. It's kind of over and done with. You want a PlayStation 5, you can get one pretty easily. I actually had a buddy, I guess, that still thought that we were living in the scalping era, about to spend like $700 on a PS5, and I was like, bro, stop. And we were able to get him one by the end of that day. We were able to find a spot, get him a PS5, and this was, you know, 9 months ago, so you're talking about mid-2023 at this point, you know, edging to the end of 2023, which is wild to think about in its own right, and, yeah, PlayStation 5s are not like that anymore, where you have to, you know, spend an arm and a leg to get one. You have to be on the lookout everywhere you go. I mean, those Spider-Man bundles, let's be real. Like, if you wanted that Spider-Man bundle, you were able to get that Spider-Man bundle, even though it's kind of priced highly at $600 for some pieces of plastic, you know? It was pretty easy to get one of those Spider-Man PS5, so you know, it's not that difficult these days, but, you know, seeing a discount on it's definitely nice. What I am curious about is in the fall, during Black Friday, are they going to do any special bundles and have those at, let's say, $450 or $500? I saw the idea, and I definitely agree with it. Yo, you gotta bundle in PlayStation Plus Extra with a PS5. Just give 12 months of that, price it at $500, or even 3 months, and you're giving people an access to such a strong library of games right out the gate. Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, Ratchet, like, that's how you get people's foot in the door. And usually the thing is about those, like, those voucher codes for 3 months of Plus Extra, generally speaking, a lot of the times with those, you gotta put in your, like, payment information, so, like, Sony can be like, yeah, we're gonna give you 3 months of extra, but hopefully you forget to renew. So that's what I would be doing if I was Sony in terms of curating bundles for the holidays. But for now, if you want a base console, $450 for that is pretty solid as well. Alright, moving on from that, I do want to highlight a bunch of great deals that are available over at GameFly. First of all, the Callisto Protocol is down to $19.99, which I think is a pretty solid deal for, you know, a survival horror game that certainly had its fair share of issues. I played this at launch, and I love the atmosphere, I love the vibe to the game, and for a horror game, that is like, it cannot be undersold how important that is to get the atmosphere and the vibe right, and I feel like Callisto Protocol knocked that out of the park. When it didn't knock out of the park for me, the story I thought was rather lackluster, even though there were a lot of cool elements to it, and then also, the gameplay just wasn't my cup of tea. I know, you know, the gameplay is definitely a divisive element with Callisto Protocol. People hate it, and then people, like, didn't find it annoying at all, and actually really liked it. For me, I didn't like it at all. This dodging nonsense to me, I just did not really enjoy that element, but I think if you're a fan of horror games, for 20 bucks, it's a pretty decent deal, so I'd recommend it on that front. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, down to $40. Love this game. One of my top games of the year. I've talked ad nauseum about it, but I completed it twice already, and for me, you know, with the amount of games that I'm playing, a game coming out and me liking it enough to complete it twice, and bear in mind, I played the abomination of a PC version of this game, that says quite a lot about how much I enjoyed this game. But for $40, Jedi Survivor I think is a great deal. Obviously, go play Jedi Fallen Order. I don't know how they're gonna get this game on PS4 and Xbox One, but apparently that's gonna happen, which begs the question, like, why was this even a next-gen exclusive in the first place? And this game had its fair share of technical issues, still does, and, we're talking about porting it to last-gen platforms. We'll see how that runs. Forspoken, down to $19.99. Another game I had my fair share of issues with, but when we talked about it earlier this year, I did mention, you know, if you want to play this game, $15 to $20 at max is what you should be spending, and look at that, it's $20 now, and I would say at 20 bucks, Forspoken's not a bad pickup. There's a lot of things that I liked about this game. I thought the magical gameplay was really cool. I think the effects and the particle effects are quite nice. The parkour, I think, is great. Hated the story. I thought the story was terrible. I thought the main character and the main character's ally, Cuff, I thought that was just terrible. There's a lot of elements of this game I didn't really like. Even the visuals, like, if you just look at the high moments of this game, the visuals look really nice, and they can look really nice. Like I said, the particle effects can look really great, but there are some textures in this game that look really, really bad, some character models that look really, really bad, so, you know, even from a visual standpoint, it's not a home run. But for 20 bucks, I think it's a decent pickup, and I would say, hey, for that price, why not? I do want to note one more thing. Now, I'm not saying go buy this, but just for the humor, Lord of the Rings Gollum is down to $19.99. Guys, this game came out at the end of May, 2 months ago, and it is down to $19.99. That should go to show how bad this game is. I didn't have a great time with it, so I imagine a lot of you won't, and I wouldn't buy this game. Like, this is a game that maybe if they add it to Plus Extra, you download it, and you get some laughs out of it, but that is the most that I can recommend out of Lords of the Ring Gollum. It is truly, truly a horrendous game. Like, I can't even, like, begin to describe how bad the game is. One last final note, probably should have said this before, Lord of the Rings Gollum, but Dead Island 2 Day 1 Edition, $29.99 on this. This recently came out, end of April. Fact, it's down to 30 bucks. It dropped at 70, so, you know, that's a pretty good price. I didn't play enough of it, so I can't, you know, sing its praises, but generally speaking, the reception I've seen for Dead Island 2 has been pretty positive, so I thought I would give that a mention as well. But that'll do it for me. Again, Target getting a PS5 discount, $450 on that, and a bunch of good deals over at GameFly. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.